Hello everyone, welcome to Scorcher Toys at Anymoon.com's transformation guide for Yamato's 1/60 scale YF-19 toys. This transformation guide will walk you through the steps of going from fighter to GERWALK and ending up in Battroid mode, and it will work for any of the variants that Yamato sold. I'm going to start by showing you the gimmick for fighter mode to make sure you've gotten completely into fighter mode. You pull the head laser forward, that brings out this little piece here, and you pull that down, and it's a little cavity filler. It's not exactly easy to pull down, but get that all the way out, and then you should just be able to have that look like this, which I guess is a little better than it looked before. And now you are starting in true fighter mode. If you've got the landing gear out, you're gonna go ahead and put them away before we move on to GERWALK, and we're gonna start our transformation by removing this peg right here, and that'll also free up a tab in the front that then allows us to just bring this entire wing out and down. I've repeated on the other side, and now I want to free up my legs, which I'm going to do by just twisting this leg down and then bringing it down. Now there are tabs right here that go into the shoulder, but they are very soft tabs, so it's pretty easy to get that to free up. And as we look on the inside, there is a tab that goes in to the arm, so our little twist freed up that. And now we're just gonna hold the toy at the GERWALK mechanism and bring that leg down. And then we're gonna grab our leg and we're gonna pull out that extension there so we could sweep it forward. Then we're gonna grab our foot and we're gonna pull it out, and we're gonna go ahead and open that up. The shoulder pegs on my other side are a little bit tighter, so I'm gonna show you again. This time I'm gonna pull out a little bit, and I'm going to pull down, and then that frees that up. And then again, same thing, we're gonna come forward, we're gonna bring it down at that GERWALK joint, we are gonna extend the knee and swing it forward, grab the leg, and open the foot. Now we have a little part right here that recesses for fighter mode. We're just gonna pop that all the way outward. Then we're gonna grab our vertical stabilizer, lift it up, and then slide it all the way forward, and then fold that over. Your toy should look like this now. What we wanna do is free up the left arm, and this will probably knock the gun off. So we'll just bring this peg down here. Okay, and then we're just gonna pop that gun free. And then from the top, we're just gonna swing the arms out and forward, and then bring them out and forward here as well. And then we'll fine tune those arms. To get the arm into a more natural position, we're gonna bring it down, and then there's a rotating piece here that we are gonna swing around. Let's see if we can get this all. Now, it comes up and over like so, and then there's this little peg right here that is received in that slot right there. So it just comes up and over and clicks in like so. Now be aware that these gray parts tend to be a little more fragile than the rest of the toy, so handle with care throughout these parts of transformation. And now we're just gonna swing this around, and there's a little sleeve inside for the bicep. You can go ahead and pull that down. And we also have a cover that's a little trickier to get to, and that covers can extend outward like so. And in doing this, I've pulled that shoulder out a little bit as well. No surprises with the hand. We're just going to pop this door open and then spin that hand out and then close the door, which pegs into that wrist piece. All right, now what we want to do is angle the back up and bring our arm up so that we can fold this wing up and over underneath the armpit. And again, it's pegging into that very small tooth at the front of that wing, like so, and repeat on the other side. We're a little disheveled at the moment, but we're mostly there. We can bring our wings down into the position they'd be in fighter mode, and then we're gonna sweep the ankles so that we can get a position where the nose is off the ground. We're gonna fix this canard, and you may or may not have canards that are out of shape. There are twists at the knees, so you can get a little bit of a knee twist going right now, and then bring your arms down and into a more natural looking position. Maybe rotate your fists if they need it. Push that closed, and there you have it. You are now in GERWALK mode. Some common fine-tuning items you're probably going to have. The wings, they really should have a stopper that doesn't let them get past here, but they don't. So you'll want to get your wing right where you want it to be. The head can be up or out, so make sure you've got that settled and the laser in whatever position you prefer. And then as we swing the toy forward, you're going to want to make sure your canards are nice and symmetrical. And then finally, the foot, when you pull it out to its furthest extent, which allows the furthest angle to that foot, it actually has some left and right rocking ability. So you'll know you're far enough when you've got that. If you're in a little bit, it's not going to rock for you, and you won't be able to get quite the same level of sweep. So pull all the way out. Should look like that. And there you go. Watch your foot, your vertical stabilizer behind it. And then once you have that done, you can get these nice, really aggressive poses. Play with it, enjoy GERWALK mode, and then let's move on to Battroid. Our trip to Battroid mode begins by bringing the centerpiece of the gullet downward, which then allows you to pop the nose free. Now you can see a little peg right underneath the cockpit, and the canopy is actually attached to that peg. That peg goes into that slot right there, and that's what holds that nose in. So as we pull it down, it's freed up. And then we can go ahead and rotate our canards all the way around and have them be flush against the body like so. Now we're going to apply a little pressure towards the front here and pop the back peg out from here, which then allows us to do a little wiggle jiggle and rocking backwards to free up this entire piece. And then we're going to grab the toy. I'm going to go ahead and bring my legs down to give you a little better view here. And what we want to have, if your piece is up here, it needs to come down to the bottom. There's a tooth on the front that is going to go into that slot right there. And we're just going to line them up and press it together. And if this piece here hasn't come down yet, you do need to press that and get that flush and get it all lined up. And it's not a super tight fit, but yeah, there you go. That's what you want. Turning our attention to the top of the toy, if you've got that neck cavity filler out from the head, now is the time where you want to take it and press it back up in, and then we can slide the whole head up and out and spin it around for Battroid. Now we want to come up and over with the chest, and so what we're going to do is we're going to lift up on this area here, and then once you get here, you can fish a finger inside and bring this component down. It's going to be behind the cockpit in Battroid mode. And then you can see there's a sliding mechanism. So we want to have that slid all the way up, and then we just bring it up and over the top of the nose cone. And then we bring this down, and we need to make sure our head is in that back position there, and it'll just slide right over the top, and then pinch in that tooth into the nose cone again, because it will have popped out again. And just get it as good as you can, and we can move on. Fold your crotch over. Wiggle jiggle the hips to get them a little away from the body. Maybe not that far, but you do want to have them so they can do a little bit of that angling motion. And then we're going to bring our wing over, which has a little peg towards the front that holds it in place. And we're going to fold it back, so it should be like that for GERWALK. We're going to bring it like that for Battroid. We're going to close up our GERWALK joint, and we're going to level our foot. And you can extend it or have it recessed at this point. And we're going to recess that leg at the knee joint, and we're going to repeat on the other side. I've put my gun back in the hand, and now I'm going to put in my final intake fan cover, and then that is going to do it. We are now in Battroid mode. I hope you found this transformation guide helpful. You might have some fine tuning to do at the end here. Sometimes you push in these leg things inadvertently, so make sure those are popped out. Make sure you've got your shoulders in that upward slant position with the little armor flaps there. Get your head laser, however you want that to be, and your arms positioned, and then go ahead and enjoy your toy. If you found this helpful, please give me a thumbs up. If you like mecha anime, subscribe. I got tons of great content, and thanks everyone for watching.